York Revolution is on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
It is gone! Game over!
Revs Baseball is brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine, PeoplesBank, Shipley Energy, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Brewery Products, Harvey's Rental, Racehorse Tavern, Flying Feet Sports Shoes, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Dasher Investment Services, Smith Wealth Advisory Group, Royal Manchester Golf Links, Community Progress Council, Fast Signs, York County Bar Association, Philly Pretzel Company, Wolf's Bus Lines, Grand Falloons, PA Lottery, and by Downtown Inc.
Nelly Rodriguez, a walk-off two-run home run! It's right there, he's got it, and this game is over! The Revs with a record-setting comeback!
Now, with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the York Revolution, Daryl Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from PeoplesBank Park here in downtown York. Welcome to games number 13 and 14 of York Revolution Baseball. Today, doubleheader action. As the Revs finally get back on the field, they will host not once but twice the High Point Rockers in 7-inning games. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Jake Ness. Welcome to Revs Baseball after a 2-day nor'easter necessitated hiatus, and man, did it dump here in this area the last 2 days. And as we get back at it today, it's cold, and a scheduling update. Revs with the doubleheader today, 2 7-inning games at 2 p.m. first pitch. Tomorrow, because of the game being rained out last night, they will play a 7-inning game beginning at 11 a.m., which is free to the public tomorrow morning. And, of course, we'll have that broadcast for you as we always do. But a little bit crazy ending to this homestand, Jake, but maybe, and by the way, sun shining with the temperatures in the 50s as we are 20 minutes away from getting started today. Maybe, just maybe, the Revs could use that break from the last couple of days, little reset, and clear their minds after a rugged start to the year.
Yeah, and that last series, you started to see some glimpses of turning the corner offensively. It was pretty solid throughout. It was just Thursday, especially the one bad inning, really set things off course a little bit, but there's a lot of positives to take from that Gastonia series. You take these past couple days as a mental reset, because the reality is things are not going to get any easier with High Point. They're the number 2 team in the league, right behind Gastonia if you really break it down. So it'll be a good test today, and Jorge Martinez in game 1 with only 7 innings to work with should put them in a good position.
Yeah, we'll see Duke Von Schaman in game 2, Jorge in the opener, and the Revs are 3-9 coming in. They lost the rubber match to Gastonia on Thursday. 12-7 was the final. Some of the positives in that game: Carlos Franco, 2 home runs, including a 3-run shot in the first. The offense, for the most part, was productive, certainly highlighted by Franco. And then the bullpen was really good, but it was one awful inning, and it was an 11-run third, accounting for 11 of the 12 that Gastonia scored. And all but one of those charged to Austin Nicely. Obviously, that was unlike him, and we'll see him try to bounce back this coming week. But we'll get into what went on that front with Mace coming up in a few minutes. But yeah, that was a little bit of an outlier, hopefully, as we look for Austin to get back to what he's used to doing.
Yeah, and we saw those first 2 innings. We thought that he had the stuff that had been there all of last season. Unfortunately, as Mace will get into later, just a little bit of command issues. And, once you get hit around a couple times, it really starts to get to your head. The old "when it rains, it pours" saying. That was really the reality of what happened for Nicely on Thursday. But as you said, that's something that we expect him to bounce back from. And at the very least, you saw some big positives from your bullpen, which was probably the biggest issue coming into this season and showing early on in the season.
Well, today, Revs will look to bounce back. Again, they are 3-9, 1-2 so far here at home, but perhaps after being away from it the last couple of days. Today will be the day that things start to turn. They are facing High Point, who plays its first 2 road games of the year today. They're playing 22 of their first 28 at home. This is their first road game. They went 10-3 on their opening homestand, the best start in franchise history, and they've won 4 straight coming off a sweep of Long Island earlier this week. We take a look at what's on tap on the pregame, brought to you by Brewery Products and Historical Hybrid Pilsner, which is on tap here at PeoplesBank Park. Jake will take a look around the league in our next segment. Bunch of doubleheaders today. We've got Mace coming our way here shortly as well. And first pitch today on visually a beautiful day. It was cloudy this morning. The sun is shining brightly now, but it's a chilly day here in York. First pitch for the doubleheader set for 2 p.m. here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
So the NCAA is up.
I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. On Wednesday, the Mavericks were blown out by the Suns, and normally when a team struggles in the playoffs, their star player receives most of the blame. But it's hard to point the finger at Luka Doncic. He's dominated this postseason. He's averaging over 33 points per game in the playoffs, but his play hasn't translated into second-round success. The Mavs have looked overwhelmed, and Luka hasn't received a lot of support. That's resulted in a 2-0 series deficit. Dallas point guard Jalen Brunson is a good player, but it's hard to ask him to take over a playoff game. That makes it easy for teams to focus on Doncic and also make him play defense at the other end. The series will continue in Dallas tonight for Game 3. A Suns victory won't eliminate the Mavs, but a win would make that comeback really difficult for Dallas. And if the Mavericks supporting cast continues to disappoint, the Dallas Mavericks may need to overhaul this roster in order to capitalize on Luka's prime. I'm Dan Patrick, and this is Above the Noise. And now, a message from Discover about real rewards. If you're a loyal credit card customer, you should be rewarded for your loyalty, preferably with something that you actually want and something that you can actually use, something like Cashback Match. Discover matches all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically, dollar for dollar, because when it comes to rewards, you can't go wrong with cash back. Finally, rewards that make sense. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations do apply.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs and the Rockers here today, and not only getting back to baseball, celebrating Mother's Day here on this Sunday afternoon. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms tuned in, including mine and my wife, who will be here at the stadium today as well. Apparently my litter is participating in the fruit race during Game 1. But a lot of the guys wearing pink wristbands and compression sleeves and even socks here today. Jeffrey is really rocking those. But, yeah, fortunately, the clouds parting and sun shining as we get set to celebrate Mother's Day baseball today. And, Jake, there's going to be a lot of it as a bunch of doubleheaders around the league today. Take it away. Around the League brought to you by Wolf's Bus Lines.
Yeah, well, as you said, we're one of 3 doubleheaders today. A few teams, 3 of them actually had the honor of playing yesterday. Lexington and Charleston, they only played 7 innings, and it was Charleston taking home the win in that one. Just 2 hours and 9 minutes for 7 innings, which sounds beautiful given the rate that we've had. Southern Maryland finally back in the losing column after yesterday. They lost it 7-2 to the Genomes over at Wild Health, and then Game 2 of Charleston and Lexington's doubleheader yesterday also went to Charleston 4-0 in that one. That one in an hour and 54 So 3 doubleheaders today, as we talked about. Lancaster and Long Island, they get underway at 1:30, or they just got underway. And Lancaster is already up 1-0 midway through the first. Gastonia and Staten Island also set to get underway at 2 o'clock for their doubleheader. That is Marcus Walden against Julio Tehran, battle of 2 former major leaguers in that one. And then, of course, our doubleheader as well. 2 o'clock, the rubber match between Southern Maryland and the Genomes. And then at 5 o'clock, Charleston and Lexington. So total of 8 games set to be played here on this Sunday. So if you're a baseball fan, you could not have asked for a better day here in the Atlantic League.
No doubt. Now we'll get our action started for you here shortly as the Revs host the Rockers. We'll take a quick break, get you a Fox News update, and then we'll hear from Mace on the Racehorse Tavern Managers Report coming up next.
I'm Karen McHugh. Pro-abortion demonstrators making their voices heard this weekend outside the homes of conservative justices.
And these protests, they went through the evening, moving back and forth from Justice Roberts and Kavanaugh's homes. And Montgomery County Police in Maryland stood by for all of this as things became more and more heated. It took place in a residential community called Chevy Chase, and it was made possible largely by the home addresses of conservative justices being published online following the leak of Justice Alito's draft opinion on Roe v. Wade.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff. The U.S. is sending another $150 million worth of security assistance to Ukraine. This lawmaker says it's not enough.
We need to triple down on our willingness to help the Ukraine. We need to pass a $33 billion supplemental package, $20 billion for weapons.
GOP Senator Lindsey Graham on Fox News Sunday. America is listening to Fox News.
Jamie's log. Progressive. The Harrington's backyard. Day 11, 4:43 a.m. The tent I set up in the Harrington's backyard to prove Progressive has 24/7 protection has a rip in it. But a little rain won't stop me. Mrs. Harrington said she totally understands 24/7 protection means 24/7. Gonna stay a few more days to make sure. It's hailing now. That's fun.
Progressive doesn't just offer a great price when you bundle home and auto. We offer round-the-clock protection. Just not literally from Jamie. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers, and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Hey, I'm Ariana. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Spicy Southwest Salad is when I take a bite, it's like, wow. I'm getting a punch from the roasted corn. I'm getting a kick from the spicy chicken. It's just great.
Hi, this is Tori. A little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Cobb salad is the avocado lime dressing. It adds to the chicken, the bacon, and the roasted corn. It takes the salad to a whole nother level.
Order a salad for delivery on the Chick-fil-A app today.
Catch the Revs all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Fans, it's time to go inside the clubhouse for the latest on your York Revolution and tonight's matchup. It's time for the Racehorse Tavern Managers Report. Now here's the manager of the Revs, Mark Mason.
Hi, Mace. Well, this nor'easter gave us a whole 2 days without baseball. And is there any way, could this be good for your team, give you a little mental reset and start over?
I wish I had an answer that it would be accurate. I don't know. I mean, it's hard not to get repetition in for a couple days, but it was the same for both clubs. And there were a lot of games rained out the past couple nights. So you can't control the weather. A lot of other things you can control, but we can't control that. So I'm glad we're out here again today. Still a little cold, but at least we're going to get to play.
The last game on Thursday morning, Austin Nicely looked like he was back to himself the first 2 innings. And then what happened from your view in the third?
Just bad location. I mean, bottom line, just, and then as a pitcher, when you start getting hit around a little bit, I think you become more aggressive, and he actually tried to throw the ball harder, I thought, which kind of messed his mechanics up a little bit more. So we just got done with a bullpen this morning, and we talked about a lot of that stuff. So when you're a pitcher in trouble, trying to throw the fastball harder is not usually how you get out of trouble. Usually going off speed, change ups and breaking balls is usually how you get out of trouble, but because it slows you down and it resets your mechanics, right? So when you get mad, which happens out there, normally you get real super aggressive and you start squeezing the ball and you rush and you just get out of sync. So we'll, we know the kind of pitcher he is. I mean, he's had 2 bad innings this year, and they were both the 3rd inning, the last 2 outings. So, we'll see how he does on Wednesday, but I'm confident he'll be okay.
Yeah, can that be a simple fix for him?
I think so. I mean, it's just when you're out there, you just got to not, you just got to stay focused on what you're trying to do and, get back into sync. And usually when you struggle a little bit out there, it's easy to get out of sync. So we did talk about that today, so we'll see how it goes next time.
Bizarre play with the inside the park home run. What was the explanation you got?
The ball did not get lodged down in the bullpen, but we have a bench behind the bullpen mound, right? So the ball was laying underneath there, and Troy thought, well, if I got to get down on the ground and try to dig it out, I'm just going to put my hands up. And, unfortunately, you got to, unless it's lodged in our ballpark, you got to get down there and get it. So, it was just a miscommunication there and ended up costing us a run. But, at the end of the day, we gave him about 5 runs, and that was one of the 5. So, that was a learning thing, and I'll take the blame for that because, I didn't tell him you got to go in and dig it out. But, now he knows.
Well, bright spot, Franco, big day. The offense, a pretty big day. Seeing some positives there.
Yeah, we're starting to score more runs, which is a good thing. We still left a lot of guys on base, though. Every game we're leaving a ton of guys on base. But, he had a pretty good game, of course, a couple home runs and one off a left-hander, I think. So, it's good to see him coming around. We'll get those guys will get going. I'm not worried about hitting. Hitting's going to go up and down anyway, but right now we're around 260 maybe as a team. But, I think we're a 285 club at least when we're all said and done, maybe more than that. And I think the power will start to come around also. So the hitting part I'm not too concerned about. I'm a little bit concerned about the pitching, of course, but, we've had a couple guys that have had some really, really bad outings, and that has inflated the ERA across the board. But we're starting to see some guys settle into some good roles in the bullpen that have come in and done good jobs lately. So I'm starting to get a feel for where I can use guys.
And after the game on Thursday, you activated Mirandy Gonzalez. He's now here. When might we see him? And what does that do to your pitching staff from a depth standpoint and where everybody slots in?
Right now that gives us about 6 or 7 starters. But we're going to slot him in on Thursday, so he'll throw for Martinez on that day because that would be short rest for Jorge since he's pitching today. So we'll start Mirandy on Thursday, and then we'll see where we go from there.
And then Jorge and Duke today, games 1 and games 2. What are you looking for from both guys? Duke especially, because he kind of, a little bit shorter outing last time out.
Yeah, I'm going to let him, if he's going good, I'm going to let him go a little bit today. we got 7-inning games, so, I treat the 5th inning like the 7th inning, and if we got the lead and we can get into our upper-level bullpen guys, and then we'll do that and try to put the game away. I'm not looking for 7-inning complete games out of starters right now. If we were in the middle of the season, we've seen guys go 7 innings even if we got beat. If it was a 3-2 game, 4-3 game, if you can roll with 7 innings, go ahead and get it. That saves the bullpen, but today we got a lot of guys that need to throw, so if we're in a situation where I got to use guys, I'm gonna run them in there today.
All right, Mace, thanks a lot. Good luck today.
Yep, thanks.
All right, Revs manager Mark Mason on the Racehorse Tavern Managers Report. Jorge Martinez has just finished his warm-up routine. We'll take one last pregame break. Starting lineups and first pitch for today's doubleheader, game number 13 of the season. We'll have it for you coming up next.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun.
That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make our communities great, and to you having a great time at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
April showers means May flowers. As spring blooms and lawns are growing, so are we at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our team at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care is growing, and we're seeking qualified candidates to grow with us. Join our world-class team-based environment and get your foot on the lawn of a new career with the leading provider of lawn care, tree care, and landscaping services in York, Adams, and Cumberland counties. Be part of our team. Find out more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Hey, Fred, did you see that Shipley Energy was hiring CDL drivers?
Really? My buddy works there. He's been driving for them for over 20 years. Must be a nice place to work.
Yeah, I saw online that they're hiring transport drivers and propane and heating oil delivery drivers.
Do you need to have a hazmat?
Nah, they'll help us get one. They also give 4 weeks vacation, benefits like health care, and we'll get to be home every night.
I'm going to check it out tonight.
Yeah, man. Go to shipleyenergy.com/drive and apply. It took me less than 5 minutes.
I'm pulling it up on my phone right now.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. Catch York Revolution baseball right here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Looks like we're going to miss our 2 o'clock mark here today as the Revs make their way out onto the field, but if they get a couple of wins, I don't care what time, as Jorge Martinez went through his warm-ups and now he's ready, and so are they, as the Revs are introduced to the field here for today's game. We'll get you the starting lineups momentarily. We're going to listen in as the Central York Fife and Drum Corps performs our national anthem way out there in center field here today. They're about to be introduced here.
Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come.
Fans, please rise if you're able. Remove all headwear and welcome the Central York Middle School Colonial Fife and Drum Corps for the performance of our national anthem presented by Americhoice Federal Credit Union.
Central York Middle School Fife and Drum Corps with our national anthem, and I think might have had a few dogs chiming in there as well, probably Rosie. Adding some lyrics here and there, it sounded like, on this Bark in the Park Sunday. Well, the Revs have taken the field, and just past 2 o'clock, let's pause for station identification on Revolution Radio.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Starting lineups for today's game are brought to you by Flying Feed. For the High Point Rockers, Michael Russell leads things off. He's at second base. Ben Aklinski, the third baseman, hits second. Jerry Downs will DH and bat third. Cleanup hitter is Quincy Lattimore. He is in left. Xander Wheel at first base is batting fifth. He's been red hot. Tyler Ladendorf at shortstop is hitting sixth. Johnny Field will play center field and bat seventh. Chris Proctor does the catching and hits eighth. Jay Gonzalez in right field bats ninth. And they've got former big leaguer left-hander Justin Nicolino on the mound here in game one. Again, it's Russell, Aklinski, Downs, Lattimore, Wheel, Ladendorf, Field, Proctor, and Gonzalez for High Point. For the Revs here today in the opener, they will go like this. Jeffrey Perez in center field leads things off. Troy Stokes Jr., the right fielder, bats second. Hitting third and playing left field is Melky Mesa. Nelly Rodriguez is the first baseman, and he'll bat cleanup. Carlos Franco at third base hits fifth. JC Encarnacion DHs against the lefty, and he's batting sixth. Elmer Reyes at shortstop will hit seventh. Edwin Figuera is in there at second base in the opener, hitting eighth. And Paul Mondesi will catch and bat ninth, with Jorge Martinez making start number 3. Again, it's Perez, Stokes, Mesa, Rodriguez, Franco, Encarnacion, Reyes, Figuera, and Mondesi for the Revs. And Jake, you've got Jorge Martinez making his third start, looking for his first win, but for the most part, he's been pretty solid, and in his starts has given the team a chance to win.
Yeah, and he was essentially what we saw a lot in the Lancaster series, in his start. In the end, just came down to a 2-run home run late in his outing, but his first 4 innings are pretty much 4 2/3. He had been phenomenal, as we expect from him. 10 strikeouts so far on the year to just 2 walks in 9 innings pitched. So I think he is the perfect guy you want on the mound if you're trying to break out of a slump.
Now the Revs wearing their traditional home whites with the names in back. High Point with very colorful royal blue alternate jerseys. Numbers and letters in gold with red striping. They've got red warm-ups. It's like if you ate a box of crayons and threw up. Got every color taken care of as Russell digs in. And, well, we gave it a good shot, but 208 as Jorge toes the rubber. And our Dasher Investment Services first pitch here today. It is a fastball in for a strike, and we are finally back at it. Russell hitting at 200. Last year was the league's batting champ, 360. 0-1 pitch, swinging a fly ball, center field. Jeffrey's got it red, angles over, comes in, left center, he's got it. The wind is in, 9 miles per hour. And a quick first out. Our weather brought to you by Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, 57 degrees and sunny as we get the day started. Here is Ben Aklinski, big acquisition for High Point. Had a great first year in the Atlantic League with Lexington last season. And has picked up right where he's left off, hitting .325, 3 home runs. Martinez the pitch, swing, and a line drive hit to center. That made Jorge duck. Now Aklinski with a shot up the middle and a 1-out base runner. Rockers are third in the league in hitting at .275, behind only Long Island and Gastonia. And they're number 1 in staff ERA, and that top-ranked Long Island batting average offense, the Rockers held them to a 191 clip in the 3-game sweep at Truist Point earlier this week. Here's Jerry Downs, the DH, hitting third. Left-hand hitter, first pitch. He swings and he pops it up foul, back and out of play. Downs hitting .222, couple of home runs. Rockers third in the league in homers with 19, just behind Lexington and Gastonia. And Downs DHing in game one, but last year he was the league's all-defensive team first baseman. One strike pitch, swinging a fly ball off the end of the bat, shallow center, Jeffrey in. It's going to plummet down for a bloop hit. First and second with one out. How many of those have we seen?
Too many. I think that's the best way to put it.
God. Jorge makes a good pitch, and Downs just dumps it in. Umpires today, P.J. McConville has the balls and strikes. He is not chilly. Short sleeves. Doug McFarling at first, Ruben Ramirez the umpire at third. Here is Quincy Lattimore, who's been certainly one of High Point's all-time greats in their first 2 years of existence. Hitting .286, 5 home runs already, 11 driven in. Martinez to the plate. That is outside off Mondesi's mitt, but back to recover. Jorge threw 2 starts, 0-1, an ERA of 5, 9 innings, 9 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned. Only 2 walks and 10 Ks. He's held opponents to a .243 mark. The Rockers off to their best start, 10-3. Of course, they've all been at home. We'll see how that translates. Jorge checks, deals, fastball called strike, cutter on the outside corner. The Revs at 3-9, it matches their worst start to a half, but if they can win today, the other 3 times they've started a half that way, they've continued to lose. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a little floater. Shallow right center, are you kidding me? Down for a hit, Aklinski around third to score, and it's 1-0 High Point on 3 consecutive singles, and the last 2 duck farts off the end of the bat into the shallow outfield.
I don't think I've heard that term used before, but I mean, pretty accurate. Jorge's making some great pitches here early in this game and just hitting it where they aren't.
I usually save that for when we're playing the Ducks, but the frustration continues here early today. Now here's Xander Wheel, who's been a beast in the early going first couple of weeks, hitting .333, second in homers with 6, behind Courtney Hawkins 7. Jorge with the pitch, and a breaking ball called strike. Wheel tied for second in RBIs with 18. Former College World Series champ with Vanderbilt back in 2014. The stretch from Martinez. He deals, and a breaking ball ran off the plate away. Now I made Jack Kenley proud. I told him that I watched a little SEC baseball last night, which is true.
Who?
Florida and Mississippi State were on, and I saw Chuck Girolamo in that Florida Gator dugout. Assistant coach. Here's the 1-1. Fastball missed just inside, man. Chuck was a championship-winning shortstop for the Revs in 2010 and then got into college coaching the next year. But I did turn it off, Jake. I do watch baseball every night, and went to Netflix. I wasn't really happy with my choice, but I went to Netflix. Pitch, it is a breaking ball called strike on the outer black.
Have they changed the pricing on your Netflix subscription yet?
I don't know.
Have you seen their new business model? It's terrible.
Heard about it.
I don't know why you're charging, I think it's like $14 a month for streaming at 480p.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's
480p, that's for losers.
Yeah, it's like a 4-tier membership, I think.
2-2, and a swing and a fly ball near the line and right. It's falling. Stokes on the run. It's foul. Thank goodness. Down in the Revs bullpen. Yeah, I got some really good stuff on my list, but I knew last night I was likely to fall asleep, so I went for, I mean, it's a disgusting show. It's the Jeffrey Epstein thing. I never watched that.
Okay.
And I fell asleep during it. It's gross.
I watched, there's the FX dramatized docuseries on the OJ trial.
Okay.
It's called The People versus OJ Simpson. Watched it in a bit of a storm hiatus that kept me in my house this summer.
Swing and a miss, a high fastball, and Jorge with a big strikeout of Wheel. That's out number 2 here in the first inning. But yeah, the 3-9 start, the Revs started that way in 2009, and they went on to go to 3-12. They started that way in 2012, which was their best regular season ever. And they went on to start 3-10 before they got that 4th win. And then last year in the second half, they went on to be 3-11 until they got their 4th win, and ultimately got to 500 and finished just 2 games out. Here's Tyler Ladendorf. First pitch slider is over for a strike. 1-0 High Point here in the first inning. Jorge trying to hold him to 1 kind of bad luck run. Ladendorf hitting .264. Back in the league. He was an all-star 2 years ago, or 3 years ago now. Pitch, and he checks, breaking ball away, appeal to first, no offer.
2 seasons ago. It's kind of hard to really, it's still hard to make that adjustment.
I've worked very hard to block 2020 out of my mind. But yeah, last year he was picked up by the Cubs. Would have been a player coach for the Rockers. Jorge delivers. Swinging a fly ball, left field. Melky freezes to Reed. Trots forward, coming in. He's got it, and the inning is over. Just the 1 run scores. It comes on 3 hits, 1 of which was hit hard. The other 2 were bloops. And 2 men left. At the end of a half inning today, it's the Rockers 1 and the Revs coming up.
At WellSpan Health, we're here for you, like the relationships that count: family, good friends, and neighbors. WellSpan primary care physicians and providers believe in the strength of those relationships. And just like family, we listen. That's how we discover the best way to help you in your wellness journey. When you choose WellSpan for primary care, you gain a network of over 2,600 of the best experts in the region for complex care, like specialists for cancer, heart disease, and orthopedics. We make it easy to connect with simple online visits and our My WellSpan app. And with convenient locations close to your neighborhood, you don't have to travel very far. Choose WellSpan for primary care because we're your friends and neighbors. After all, we know you, we care, and it shows. Start your relationship today. Visit wellspan.org/primary care.
What recreational sport is sweeping the country? It's pickleball, a blend of tennis, badminton, and ping pong. It's great fun for everyone, young and old. Where can you find the right footwear for pickleball?
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes, of course. Come try Acacia, the official footwear brand for USA Pickleball. The Dink Shot and the new Signature Pro models are both designed exclusively for pickleball. It's time for you to get onto the court, but stay out of the kitchen with Acacia Pickleball shoes. You'll find them now at Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue in York.
Cannonball Charlie's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Revs down 1-0 as they come to bat against left-hander Justin Nicolino here in the first inning, and he's off to a great start to his season, as are the Rockers as a staff. Nicolino 2-0 with a 2.04 ERA in 3 starts, 8th in the league in ERA. He's 2nd in innings, 17 2/3, and has given up just 4 runs on 12 hits. Opponents hitting 188, that's 6th lowest. He's got just 2 walks, has struck out 15, tied for the 8th most, and the 3rd best whip at under 0.8. So the Revs will have their work cut out for them today, down 1-0 on a couple of bloops. Jeffrey Perez will try to get things started. Nicolino, the lefty, from the stretch. And his first pitch is low and in. Jeffrey, the pink socks today, accenting the gold cleats. Like a pack of Starbursts. There's the 1-0. And he swings and fouls it off, first base side. Jeffrey hitting .229, trying to get things going. It's been a tough homestand for him, 2 for 14.
I'll tell you, Daryl, I like the gold on Jeffrey's cleats a little more than the yellow on this polo that I'm unfortunately wearing under here. That mustard colored.
I could see that. There's a fastball over for a strike
that I was given.
Well, that's all we had left. Rockers, the #1 staff ERA, 2.50, also tied for first in defense. 1-2, and a swing and a bouncing ball hit softly to third. Aklinski charges, gloves, loads up and throws it away. Off the wall, it bounds out into right. Jeffrey, a good read. He'll advance to second. Error number 11 on the Rockers. Again, the best fielding percentage in the league coming in. But Aklinski threw that one away.
Yeah, and that's the speed of Jeffrey Perez on display. Didn't hit the ball that hard, but hustling down the line, forcing Aklinski to make a tough throw, and he just threw it up the line, and now Jeffrey's in scoring position.
Yeah, he got a clean hop. It's like he loaded up to throw a fastball, and he just yanked it. Here's Troy Stokes Jr. Revs trying to answer the early High Point run. And Nicolino kicks and deals. It's a breaking ball for a called strike. Stokes hitting .327 with a home run, 7 knocked in. Leads the league in steals with 10, 2 ahead of anybody else. Now the 0-1. And a swing and a line drive, but foul the other way. Got in on Stokes, who punched it wide of the line past Sandy down toward the tarp. Stokes here at home so far, 4 for 12, 2 doubles. Hits in all 3 games, 5 steals. And against lefties early on, 8 for 15. Here's the stretch. Got the red hats on, the Rockers do. Pitch is down and in. Nicolino, who's 6'3", 195. 30-year-old from Orlando. .33 big league starts, 50 appearances. Now lifts the legs, stares Jeffrey back. In his big league career, 10-13, a .465 ERA. His last 2 starts have been really good. He's ready. He deals. Swing and a miss. Slider down low. Tag applied. And that's out number 1. He started opening night against the Genomes, 4 2/3, 3 runs, no decision, team won. And then 6 days later against Lancaster, 6 scoreless, 3 hits. He fanned 8 in a 14-0 win. Last time out, beat the Ducks Tuesday night, 7 innings, 1 run, a 3-1 win. His last 2 have been spectacular. Just 5 hits in 7 innings Tuesday night. Here's Melchizedek. First pitch is over for a strike, a cutter. Malky hitting .303, 3 for 12 here at home so far. Has driven in 6. stretch. The 0-1. It is a called strike. Two-seamer down and away. Painted the corner. Nicolino last in the big leagues with the Marlins, 2017. It's with Miami, 2015, 16, and 17. Parts of 3 years. Time asked for. 1-0 High Point, first inning. Revs trying to answer with Jeffrey at second and 1 out. And Nicolino steps off. The Revs' struggles with runners in scoring position have been well documented. They're hitting .241, and High Point as a staff has held opponents to .204 once runners reach scoring position. They set up away the 0-2. It hit the spot, but just off. Didn't get it from McConville as Nicolino squatted at the front of the mound hoping to get that call. Brilliant sunshine here on this day with temps in the 50s, Mother's Day afternoon. Now the 1-2. Swinging a bouncing ball to third. Aklinski again. He looks Jeffrey back. Throws low, but Wheel picks it out of the dirt. At least that one was handleable. And that's 2 down. Jeffrey's still at second, and Nelly will try to get him in with 2 outs. Aklinski, who last year played a lot of second base and outfield for Lexington, a lot of right field. Now here's Nelly, who's hitting .255 with 1 home run, 2 for 12 on this homestand. Is tied for 5th in the league with 10 walks. Nicolino the pitch, fastball right there for a strike. Revs were given a gift on the leadoff error. Jeffrey at second with no outs, and they have not been able to advance him. Outfield is deep. Field and center actually a little bit the other way. Nelly's got big opposite field power as well. Here's the 0-1, and that misses off the plate outside. Revs looking to tee off. You can too at Royal Manchester Golf Links. Play the best layout in PA on the area's only Pure Links course. Book online at royalmanchestergolflinks.com. Now set. Here's the 1-1 to Nelly. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. After that leadoff error, strikeout, ground out. And Nicolino trying to get through the first unscathed and pick up his third baseman. Now is set, working with the catcher Proctor. Sets up in, pitch to Nelly, a swing and a miss. He missed his spot away, but Nelly swings through it. And the Revs do not score in the first. Couple of strikeouts for Nicolino. Leadoff error, never advanced past second base. Now we go to the second. It's still 1-0, High Point.
I felt like my well-being was tied to the morning stock numbers. I wanted to invest, but grew tired of the stress of potential losing it all. A friend of mine suggested I talk to Tom Dasher about a fixed index annuity that could be a stable option while still seeing potential growth. Tom has been helping folks here in York County for over 30 years. Give him a call at 717-487-2096 to see if he can assist you.
Tee off this season on the best layout in Pennsylvania and experience Royal Manchester Golf Links, bringing you to the coast of the British Isles while never leaving your backyard. Our unique, pure links layout in the rolling hills of York County gives golfers an experience like none other, featuring 18 pristine holes with picturesque views of the countryside and consistently ranked one of the top public courses in the state. Also offering outings and event bookings. Book your tee time today at 717-268-0490 or nab our online specials at RoyalManchesterGolfLinks.com.
Hey man, I know how you feel. That guy down the street, the one with the fancy lawn, those weekend get-togethers, the big family barbecues, and the barefoot kids and wife outside working on her tan. Hey, it's no secret. It's greener on that side of the fence. It's Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Greener grass on your side of the fence is just a quick phone call away. For world-class care right in your backyard, call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, 717-292-9994.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Head of the second inning, 1-0 High Point leads. Not to beat a dead horse, but the Revs are 0 for 3 with men in scoring position to start today's game. They had that throwing error from McClinsky to start off and could not follow it with anything. Now Johnny Field leads things off. Right-hand hitter Jorge Martinez, first pitch of the inning. It is just outside. Field hitting .234, but suddenly hot. Homered in back-to-back games Wednesday and Thursday. Drove in 4 on Wednesday, 3 on Thursday. Pitch, and a fastball misses low. 7, 8, 9 in the order. Proctor and Jay Gonzalez to follow. Wind, and the 2-0. Swinging a line drive, yanked to left, base hit. Toward the line, this will skip all the way to the wall. He's looking for 2. Melky up throwing, and the tag from Figuera is not in time. He had to reach just slightly to the backhand and then turn for the tag, and Johnny Field had a good look at that right in front of him from left. Slid to the front of the bag and hustles out a leadoff double. That'll bring up Chris Proctor, the catcher, who bats from the left. That's the 4th hit for High Point. 2 have been bloops, but that's the second hard hit ball they've had. Again, it's their first road game today. 22 of their first 28 this year are played at home. It's the most absurd schedule I've ever laid eyes on. First pitch to Proctor is up high.
For them or just collectively?
The whole thing. Yeah. Us, them, the genomes. Jorge with the 1-0. Swinging a ground ball toward the middle and a sliding attempt. Figuera, he knocks it into center. Field around third will score, and it's 2-0. Proctor with an RBI hit. And Figuera had him play the pool, and of course he hits it toward the middle. Edwin went sliding to the backhand, but off the heel of his glove and into center on the deflection. Right now they're hitting him where the Revs are not. Now a 2-0 score. Here is Jay Gonzalez. Left-hand hitting outfielder. They traded to acquire him last August and then brought him back. First pitch, he bunts and he pops it in the air, foul. That'll land over toward their dugout. They got him from Winnipeg of the American Association. He's on a 7-game hitting streak coming in today. 10-game on-base streak. 7th in the league in hitting at .351. Has a bright blue bat. pitch. He swings and he lines it off. Oh, it's caught by Franco. Throws to first for the double play. What was that? Franco had it bounce out of his glove, and then he turned, and with it turned backhanded, he grabbed it out of the air and then had all day to throw across to first, just like they drew it up.
That was an incredible play by Franco. I can't even say watching it all the way in because he caught it behind his back. And Proctor didn't even bother.
Wow. That's one for the real. And like Carlos says, I am the best. Here's Michael Russell, who takes down low. Wow, what a play. It bounced right out of his glove, and then he swiped at it backhanded and plucked it. Pitch. It is a slider away. 2 balls and no strikes.
And there was really no shot for Proctor because as a runner, as soon as you see that ball ricochet once, you just take off.
There's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball. That's in for a strike. So a good bounce, a break. Maybe that'll give the team a little positive vibe. Russell flied to center his first time. He looks at a slider here. That bends through for a called strike. 2-2. Talked about High Point being tied for first in defense. Revs are third coming in today. It's the wind, the 2-2. And a swing and a soft tap to third. Franco charges, gloves it, fires on the run. Got him. What an inning at third for Carlos Franco. And it gives Jorge a boost. High Point scores a run on 2 hits. Nobody left. It's 2-0 Rockers. We go to the home second.
Spring is in the air, and Harvey's Rental can get you prepared for what's ahead. With the biggest selection of steel products on the market, Harvey's Rental will get you set for your next home project. From lawn and garden equipment, pressure washers, post hole diggers, and more, Harvey's Rental has it all. Have a special get-together or graduation coming up? Harvey's Rental has what you need to make your party memorable. Celebrating 60 years. Visit them in person at 1409 South George Street in York or online at harveysrental.com.
What's the deal with the Dan Patrick Show?
Dan Patrick.
Shouldn't Kawhi be the new Dos Equis guy? Like, wouldn't he be a great man of mystery? Instead of that guy that's supposed to look like Michael Phelps, who took over for the old guy. Yeah, I thought it was one of that was like, hey, how about we get a guy who looks like Michael Phelps as the most interesting man in the world? Kawhi would be great because he's so deadpan.
Dan Patrick, mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Head of the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0 High Point, but what an inning defensively for Carlos Franco, and he's the one that'll lead things off. I mean, he played that almost as well as he plays Mario Kart, almost. Franco digs in, hitting at 245, had the 2-home run game on Thursday, so he's got 5 total now. Left on left, first pitch fastball, it's right there for a strike. Tied for third in the league in home runs, fourth in RBIs with 17. He's hit 2 of his homers off lefties. He hit 2 against Jerry Keel on Thursday. Another lefty today. He lays off. It's a called strike, though. Up and on the outside corner, a cutter from Nicolino. He had a leadoff error, put a runner at second with no outs in the first inning, and then he went strikeout, ground out, strikeout. From the stretch, here is the 0-2. And it misses the plate away. Good spot to miss. Nicolino was a second-round pick of the Blue Jays out of high school. Back in 2010, University High School in Orlando. He had committed to play at Virginia, just like Austin Nicely. He fires, and a swing and a foul tip, bouncing over toward JC, who's on deck. Had great numbers early in his minor league career. And in his second full pro season, traded. Huge trade. 12-player trade from Toronto to Miami. He deals. It's down and away. Jose Reyes and Mark Burley went to Toronto in that trade. And then he continued his great minor league career, and a few years later called up by Miami. Fires. Fastball just missed. Down and away. Good eye from Franco, who works at full. Nicolino got the win in his big league debut, 7 scoreless against the Reds in 2015. It's quite the way to break in. Pitch. It's down and in, and Franco's on the walk. No, leadoff base runner. Only Nicolino's third walk here in start number 4. And a leadoff base runner for JC, who starts game 1 as the DH against the lefty. A righty, Austin Glorious, in game 2. We'll probably see Josue Herrera in that spot. JC 2 for 7, a homer and a double in 4 games. On the first pitch, fastball, it's in there, called strike. Nicolino also pitched in Taiwan a couple of years ago. He fires and paints the outside, strike called. JC's got pink batting gloves today, mixing in with all of his orange from his Orioles days, the cleats and the shin guard. Now set, and the 0-2. Swinging a foul back to the net. Good cut to hang in. That fastball at 91. Looked like Proctor might have faked setting up in and then went away. Nicolino, I think, missed his spot, left it up a little bit over the plate, but if you mix it and show you can throw all your pitches for strikes, you can get away with some of those. Another 0-2, and a called third strike. Set up away, and he hit Proctor's glove, whether it was on the plate or not. JC is punched out. That's the third strikeout for the lefty. Revs coming in have struck out the second most times in the league, only the Genomes more. Here is Elmer Reyes. Hit his first home run in Thursday's game. He's hitting 300. First pitch is inside. On this homestand, 4 for 13 with that home run. Revs down 2-0 here in the second. The lefty's pitch, swinging a foul back. Oh, get upstairs, and it comes flying back down in front. Oh yeah, foul ball brought to you by Window World. That's convenient. I heard them say it. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do that too. Now the 1-1 to Elmer. Tried to check, fastball in, they appeal it. He did hold off. Uh-oh. And there goes my litter down for the fruit race in another inning or so. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a drive the other way, right center. Gonzalez coming over, though. It's going to hang up for him, and the right fielder makes the grab. 2 down. Hit sharply to right. Our WellSpan Sports Medicine injury report. Rebs are in good shape. The Rockers have like 7 on the injured list. I don't think we even have time before the game ends to go through all of them. Austin Glorious has been activated from that list to start game 2. Here is Edwin Figuera, and he swings and he pops the first one up. First baseman Wheel is over across the coach's box, and he's got it. Rebs again get a leadoff runner on, this time on a walk, but again, Nicolino sets down the next 3. Well, we've played 2 innings. Jake with the play-by-play in the third. Rebs trail the Rockers 2-0.
PeoplesBank is happy to sponsor the home of the York Revolution, PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, committed to helping their clients achieve their dreams and live confidently. That commitment continues at PeoplesBank Park, with Rebs games, concerts, events, youth sports, and much more. We're proud to partner of the York Revolution, and we look forward to seeing you at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
York North Rotary Summerfest has an elevated experience for you June 11th, noon to 4 at PeoplesBank Park in York. Enjoy craft beer samples, delicious snack vendors, wine and spirits samples and sales. Kitty Back will be rocking the stadium. Search York North Summerfest on Eventbrite for tickets and information. See you there.
Need an excavating contractor for your upcoming project? Get it done locally and get it done right with Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating. Locally owned and in business since 2005, Barnes & Barnes Incorporated Excavating is a small excavating and landscaping business offering demolition, excavating, landscaping, foundations, concrete, sewer and water hookups, lot clearing, welding, fabrication, and more. Located in Windsor at 30 North Blacksmith Avenue, Barnes & Barnes will get the job done right. Call Scott to schedule your project at 717-515-3495. That's 515-3495. Or email him at barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com. That's barnesbarnesscottinc@gmail.com.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Rebs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Head to the top of the third inning here, game 1 of our doubleheader. High Point, 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings, 2-0 against Jorge Martinez. The top of the third. Again, 7-inning games here in the doubleheader. Both previous games rained out, and then we'll do it bright and early tomorrow morning. Another 7-inning game at 11 a.m. Jorge's looked good through 2 for the most part. First pitch, slider away. This is Bennett Klinsky who singled and scored in the first inning. Jorge gets a new baseball. He also had the throwing error. First batter of the bottom half of the first that allowed Jeffrey Perez to get into scoring position. Unfortunately stranded. So 2 runs on 5 hits, 1 error so far for the Rockers. Jorge winds and delivers. And took something off that one, swung on and missed. Downs and Lattimore to follow. Offering from Jorge. Slider away again. So that was pitch number 32 for Martinez. Threw 95 his last time out against Lancaster. He delivers, and swing and a miss again. Evens the count at 2. McCliskey picked up right where he left off last season, where he is one of the top in batting average. He's hitting .325 coming into the day. Already has One single. The 2-2 from Martinez. It's hit in the air. Left center. Melky Mesa coming on. He'll call for it. Drifting towards the infield and makes the catch. A high first out, but Aklinski is retired.
The designated hitter, number 28, Jerry Downs.
Jerry Downs, the designated hitter. Part of 3 straight hits against Martinez in the first inning. One of the 2 that was not relatively hard hit. Bases empty here. And a breaking ball swung on and missed. Fantastic job by Martinez to not be afraid to throw that first pitch off speed. Outfield shaded just a bit towards right field. The 0-1, another off speed. This one tipped in the mid of Mondesi, 0-2. We'll see if he goes for the 3rd straight. Quickly into the wind. 2-strike pitch. That one a fastball, misses up. Trying to change the eye level there. Good job by Downs to hold back on it. Hitting just .239 so far on the young season is Downs. Jerry Downs swinging a pop. Left side, Franco over in foul territory, still going towards the dugout and makes the catch. That ball looked like it just kept tailing away off the left-handed bat. Franco runs it down. And 2 pop-ups against Jorge Martinez here in the 3rd. Now Quincy Lattimore. 286 hitter coming to the day, 5 homers, 11 RBIs. First pitch slider in there, called strike. Picked up his 12th RBI on the first inning single. Delivery from Martinez, misses down. So it's Lattimore and Proctor with RBI singles so far in this game today. 2-0 High Point. Pitch from Martinez. It's driven out to left field, back towards the wall. Melky drifting. Now it dies a little bit and catches it on the track for out number 3. A hard hit ball, but Melky runs it down. And it's a 1-2-3 3rd inning for Jorge Martinez. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning with the Revs looking to cut into this 2-0 deficit.
Named one of the best advisors in the state and the country, Kevin Smith and the team of Smith Wealth Advisory Group can help you develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, they will guide you on Social Security, pension choices, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, required minimum distributions, taxation, and optimal distribution strategies. For all your retirement planning needs, contact one of the nation's best, Smith Wealth Advisory Group, located right here in York. Janney Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
Hi, this is Vicki from Brewery Products. Stay tuned to catch the latest episode of Beer Talk airing throughout the day here on WOYK. Each day will feature one of our great brewers and share fascinating stories behind their products. Hear how they got started, how they brew, and their own favorite selections. You might even find a new favorite for yourself. Beer Talk is presented by Brewery Products every day right here on WOYK.
Can't get enough of the birds? Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from The Athletic Baltimore. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball and the birds every Monday at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Enter the bottom of the third inning here. Paul Mondesi will lead things off as the Revs look to cut into this 2-0 deficit against Justin Nicolino, a former left-hander, 3 years in the major leagues in the Marlins system. Will face 9-1-2. Starting with Mondesi. First pitch, swung on, line to left field. Running over is Lattimore. He reaches up at the track and makes the catch right in front of the PA lottery sign on the arch nemesis. Paul Mondesi not afraid to swing early in counts. Hit that one hard, but hung up just enough. Wind is blowing out towards right field today. A little more inward than anything. But a hard hit ball for Mondesi is caught, and now it looks like we're going to have a meeting on the mound. Perhaps an injury with Nicolino. He's checking out his finger. Might be a blister or something of that nature. We're waiting. He'll face Jeffrey Perez. And it looks like he will stay in the game. Might give him a warm-up pitch or two to see if he can work through it. It's 2-0 High Point here, bottom of the third inning. Game one of our 7-inning doubleheader here on this Mother's Day Sunday at PeoplesBank Park. Base is empty for Jeffrey Perez, hitting from the right side. Squares the bunt, tops it hard to first base. Wheel will pick it up and make the tag to get Perez. He tried to jump out of the way, but this tag was stuck, and there's 2 away. Good idea by Jeffrey there, as Wheel was shaded pretty far off the first base bag. Tried to get it at the line, but unfortunately led Wheel right into the tag. And Troy Stokes Jr., the hitter. Base is empty, 2 away. A lot of room up the middle. So there is a huge gap in left center field. Center fielder Johnny Field is shaded towards right center. So if Troy can get one in that left center gap, he could run for days. The pitch on the ground, third base side, backhanded by Oklinski. Long throw is dug out on the back end by Wheel, and they get Stokes. A 1-2-3 inning for Justin Nicolino. And the Revs still scoreless. We'll go to the top of the fourth inning. It is 2-0 High Point.
This is Revolution Manager Mark Mason. I love a great local neighborhood bar, and no matter what night of the week, Racehorse Tavern in Thomasville has something for you. Open 7 days a week, 3 till midnight, Monday through Wednesday, noon until 2 a.m. Thursday through Saturday, and Sundays noon to midnight. Live music every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, karaoke every Thursday, and bike nights Thursdays throughout the summer. Plus pool league Sunday through Thursday, and a 4-season patio with full bar and food service. Stop in and visit my pal Jim DeLisio at the Racehorse Tavern, 738 North Beesicker Road in Thomasville. For more info, visit their website at racehorsetavern.com.
Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at PeoplesBank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, 1 inning will be designated, and 1 name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to sign the Decide to Ride petition on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Brewery Products, and WOYK. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Top of the fourth inning here on this Mother's Day Sunday, game one of our doubleheader between the Revs and the Rockers. We'll have 5, 6, and 7, Wheel, Ladendorf, and Field against Jorge Martinez. 2-0 High Point. RBI singles in the first and second inning. Now their home run leader, Xander Wheel, at the plate and swinging and fouling the first pitch back. Short wind and delivery from Jorge. Chopped on around the third. Franco fields it on the hop. Steps and throws across in time to get Wheel and one away. Franco has been busy over there at third base today. Now the shortstop, Tyler Ladendorf. Jorge sets and delivers. First pitch is over the outside corner, called strike. Ladendorf ended the first inning with fly out to left field. Into the wind and delivery. Gets him to chase a breaking ball, goes to the screen. Mondesi will hustle down, but no attempt. 0-2 now. I think we're starting to get a more general sense around the league as to where everyone's head is at regarding that rule. I don't like beating a dead horse, but if I have to make note of it when a guy doesn't run, I feel like we might as well bring it up. Here's the 0-2. An off-speed pitch, breaking ball that Ladendorf's able to scrape out of the dirt. Johnny Field, the center fielder, on deck. The wind and delivery. Went with the slider that time and it misses off the plate. The wind continues to come strongly in from center field today. 1-2 for Martinez. Breaking ball again, snuffed away. Defense playing straight away. And another 1-2. Went upstairs with that one. Ladendorf doesn't chase. Two on its way. Again, tries to go over the slider. Ladendorf not chasing. Jorge a little frustrated with himself. Will try to bear down here for the payoff pitch. Just one strikeout on the afternoon for Martinez. Came back in the first inning. Payoff on its way. And fouled back to the screen. Ladendorf working a long at-bat here against Martinez. The 34-year-old shortstop. Two grizzled vets going at it here. The pitch popped up, right side. Nelly looking for it, angling towards the crowd, and it's a few rows deep. So once again, stays alive. Not much of a bio from him on the High Point website, but they do have a link to his Twitter feed. Most recently retweeted something from PFT commenter. Full count pitch. Breaking ball, and once again it's spoiled behind the plate. Jorge with a look of frustration as he can't really seem to put him away here. This will be pitch number 54 for Martinez. On its way. And this one's ripped out to left field. Melky's there, however, takes a step to his right and puts it away. And long at bat finally retires Ladendorf to away.
Number 2, Johnny Field.
Johnny Field digs in. Sets and awaits, and it's up. Field 1 full year in Major League Baseball. It's 2018 when he was with Tampa Bay. 30-year-old from Las Vegas. 1-0 pitch from Martinez. Slider away. Appeared in 62 games in 2018 with Tampa, hit .213, 6 home runs, also stole 6 bases. The 2-0, ripped into left center field, past the leap of Elmer, and down for a base hit. So a 2-out single for Johnny Field, his second hit of the ball game. Extends the inning for Proctor. Chris Proctor, a California guy through and through, actually from Gastonia. Played his collegiate ball with Duke. It's a very unique blend of a lot of North Carolina guys and also a lot of Florida guys on this High Point team, with some other states trickled in. First pitch to Proctor is on the outside corner, called strike. Proctor, one of 2 RBI singles on the afternoon so far. They play him straight away. Field not going. The pitch hit out to left field. Melky over towards the line, gives it a look, and it's out of play. And it's 0-2. Proctor with the catching duties in game 1. Have to presume the other catcher, Mike Galino, will get the duties in game 2. Here's the pitch. Ripped down the right field line, foul, past the leap of Nelly, and just foul. A hard contact there from Proctor, and with field speed, you really never know what could happen if it gets into that corner. Of course, we saw an inside the park home run to that corner on Thursday. But it's still 0-2 to the High Point catcher. Jorge's pitch misses away. Proctor, 25 years old. Had some time in AAA Toledo last season, swinging a foul ball. Toledo Mud Hens in the Tigers system in 2021. They're at 37% of base stealers as well across his professional career. So a guy that can do it with both the bat and the arm. A 13th round pick out of Duke in 2018. Here's another. That one misses up. Evens the count at 2. Trackman confirms that was just a bit up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 Rockers here in the top of the 4th inning. Martinez to Proctor. Field runs, pitches outside, throw down from Mondesi. Not in time. Field under the tag of Reyes. Threw the tag down on the helmet. And Ruben Ramirez said that Field got in under the tag. Mondesi always tough to run on. For Field, that's stolen base number 3 on the year in 4 attempts. Martinez will now step off and reset things. It's a full count now with 2 away and another runner in scoring position for High Point. Martinez looks back, now goes to the plate and chopped foul. Long at bats against Martinez here in the 4th inning. A little bit of action going in the Revs bullpen now. We'll soon see who it is. Chris Proctor, the batter. Runner in scoring position is Johnny Field with 2 away. Now Martinez will once again step off. Again, game 1 of 2 7-inning doubleheaders. We're in the top of the 4th here in game 1. High Point ahead 2-0. Martinez looks back. Now the payoff is in the air. Shallow center. Out is Figuera. In is Perez. It's Figuera making the call and putting it away. So 2-out single is left stranded. And Martinez walks off the mound. We will go to the bottom of the 4th inning. York looking to get some runs against Justin Nicolino. They trail it 2-0.
Are you ready for some live music? Get your tickets now for White Rose Music Fest, presented by York College, October 7th and 8th at PeoplesBank Park in downtown York, home of the York Revolution, featuring headliners Jamie Johnson and Grace Potter. Special guests Margot Price, Lucero, Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors, the Wood Brothers, and Langhorne Slim, Brittany Spencer, and Madeline Edwards. Check out WhiteRoseMusicFest.com for more and for tickets. White Rose Music Fest, presented by York College. Get your tickets now.
The York County Solid Waste Authority turns up the heat every day. On your garbage, that is. Advanced waste-to-energy technology is used to burn garbage at 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit in environmentally controlled combustion units. This reduces air emissions and produces electricity, enough to power 20,000 homes every minute of every day. Visit www.ycswa.com to learn more. In York County, garbage is power.
Can't get enough of the birds? Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from The Athletic Baltimore. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball and the birds every Monday at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
Well, so far today, through 3 innings at the plate, the Reds mustered just 2 base runners against the lefty Justin Nicolino. None of them hits, however. 3, 4, and 5 here in the bottom half. Trailing it 2-0. Game 1 of our 7-inning doubleheader. Melky Mesa, Nelly Rodriguez, and Carlos Franco, the batters. First pitch to Melky. Cross for a called strike. It's been quite the efficient day for Nicolino, as it has been all season for him so far. Pitch to Melky, chopped on the ground, third base side, but foul. Klinsky will toss it back into his dugout. Nicolino ahead 0-2 to Melky Mesa. First at bat, grounded out to third base. High set for Melky. And the 0-2 is hit softly on the ground to third at Klinsky Field. Steps, fires across in time to get the hustling Mesa one away. Isaac Sanchez was the one warming in between innings for York in the bullpen as well. Back-to-back outs now. The Reds have hit 2 at Klinsky. And now it is Nelly Rodriguez. That trade that Nicolino was involved in, sort of a trade that lives in infamy for the Marlins franchise. His first pitch to Nelly Rodriguez, breaking ball swung on and missed. It was just 1 year after the Marlins had moved into their new stadium in Miami. They had signed Mark Burley and Jose Reyes, and then a year later traded them to Toronto, along with a few others. Nicolino, part of a 6-man return. The pitch to Nelly swung on and missed. Again, took something off that one, 0-2. Henderson Alvarez, Yunel Escobar, Adani Echeverria, Jeff Mathis, Jake Marisnik, Anthony DiStefani, and Justin Nicolino, all who have carved out some considerable major league time, as the pitch misses up to Nelly. But ultimately, given all the circumstances, the entire thing was just not well received by Marlins fans all around. And Nicolino was a small bright spot to come for that trade for Miami. The 1-2, breaking ball, Nelly stays on it and chops it foul. ERA has trickled down at this point to 1.71 for Nicolino to start the season. 43 pitches and 32 strikes. Pitch to Nelly. It's down and in. It's a new life for Nelly Rodriguez. Count even now. Carlos Franco awaits on deck. He led off the second inning with a walk. One of just 2 base runners so far for York. A lot of room in left center for Nelly. The pitch off the plate away. Nicolino went into a strut, but the count is now full. Someone is not happy. We apologize if you picked up on that. Sure, far worse things have been said on that field. Here's the pitch. This is down low. Nelly works his way back to a walk. Nicolino not happy. Neither is his dugout. Now the tying run comes to the plate in the form of the Checkers RBI guy, Carlos Franco. JC Encarnacion on deck. Lefty-lefty matchup here. Franco took the lefty Jerry Keel deep in the first inning of Thursday's game. First pitch. Swung on and missed. He had good intentions on that swing. Franco, with that walk in the second inning, extended his on-base streak now to 11 games. Ready, breaking ball misses. Just down. And Nicolino, like we saw with Deck McGuire on Wednesday, just getting progressively more frustrated with the strike zone. He'd been very efficient throwing strikes coming into this inning. The pitch, high fastball, swung through and missed. Once again, a big swing from Franco. It's down 1-2 in the count. Revs down 2-0 in the ball game, bottom of the fourth. Justin Nicolino against Carlos Franco. 1-2 awaits. Nicolino sets at the belt, now delivers. And this one's high. On the infield. Shortstop Ladendorf calling and puts it away. Nelly retreats. Franco's retired. And 2 down for the designated hitter, JC Encarnacion. Revs have mustered 3 base runners in this game. The first 2 coming into this inning had been left stranded. Nelly reached on a 1-out walk. Now JC Encarnacion swings at the first pitch. Shallow center field. Coming on and calling is the center fielder. Field to put it away. 1-out walk is left stranded. Revs still looking for their first hit. They trail it 2-0, and we'll head to the top of the 5th here, game 1 of our doubleheader versus High Point.
Planting a tree, putting in a fence, whatever your project, Columbia Gas reminds you to be safe and call 811 before you dig and know what's below. Safe digging is no accident. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you start your digging project, and your utility companies will come out to mark any underground lines near your work area. Calling 811 is free for Pennsylvania homeowners, and it's the law. For more information, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
With its selection of delicious wings, cheesesteaks, and seasonal specials, Granfalloon's Tavern is the place to be all summer long. Located in downtown York, Granfalloon's even features live outdoor music every Saturday night. Open daily at 4 p.m. and noon on Fridays and Saturdays. You can even park in the City Hall parking lot after 5 p.m. Granfalloon's Tavern is a great place for all ages 21 and up. For more information, visit falloons.com and come out to enjoy.
Listen live, on demand, and on the go. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores today.
Two to nothing High Points here in the top of the 5th inning. Jake Ness here with you. Game 1 of the Revs doubleheader against High Point on this Sunday afternoon. First 2 games of the series compromised by Mother Nature on Friday and Saturday, so we're making 2 of them up today. Tomorrow, a getaway morning for the Revs before they head up to Staten Island. We'll play another 7-inning, 11 a.m. game against High Point tomorrow. Nick Travieso on the mound for that one. Jorge Martinez still on the mound for the Revs, and his first pitch misses. to Jay Gonzalez, the right fielder. Lined into the double play to Franco. Quite the incredible play. His first at bat. Swings through a fastball there. Actually got a tip, but right into the mitt of Mondesi. And Isaac Sanchez resumes action in the pen. Pitch to Gonzalez. In the air, left side, but foul, 1-2. Jay Gonzalez came into the game .351 with 3 doubles on his season as well. It's behind 1-2, the pitch. Chopped back up the middle, and fielded by Mondesi has to make a long throw in time. A swinging bunt snuffed out. Didn't know who was going to make that call between Mondesi and Jorge. Mondesi made it in that cannon of an arm, gets the hustling Gonzalez. One away here and back to the top of the order. The 2-3 put out. And Michael Russell, the batter, the leadoff man, 0 for 2. He's also taken over the second base duties today. First pitch is a breaking ball across the plate for a strike. Russell came into the game hitting .200, but a good difference in on-base percentage at .305. So that one misses. From Martinez. Off the plate away. And it's 1-1 to the leadoff man, Russell. That one just a bit inside. 7 walks for Russell on the young season through 13 games. Have extended that on base to keep him in the leadoff spot. The pitch, slider away. One away. The 3-1 from Martinez to Russell. Fouled back off the mask of Mondesi and into the backstop. Drawing the count full. On deck, Benaklinski. And 2 runs on 6 hits, 1 error so far for High Point. No runs on no hits for York. Top of the 5th inning, 2-0 High Point. Long wait. Now Martinez to the plate. Payoff pitch. Hits softly into right center field. Coming on is Stokes Jr. He'll make the catch. As that ball continued to go back towards the infield, but Stokes runs it down 2 away. Now Ben Aklinski, 1 for 2 with a run on the afternoon so far. 4 doubles, 3 homers, and 10 RBIs for Aklinski on the year. First pitch from Jorge Martinez. Fastball swung through and missed. And with Martinez, it's not an overpowering fastball. It sits around 85 to 86, but a lot of life, a lot of deception. He'll experiment with timing, with arm angles. The 0-1, that one's a slider. It's a cross for strike 2. Of course, it helps when you have that kind of off-speed stuff to complement it as well. 1 strike away from getting out of this inning unscathed. Pitch number 79. It's an 0-2 to Aklinski. And a curveball misses down. Downs on deck if this inning can continue. Sanchez continues to throw. Defense straight away. The 1-2. And chopped out in front of the plate. Mondesi will field. Throw to first. And it gets past Nelly. Into the bullpen chairs. Figueroa will chase it down. And Klinsky's into second with a headfirst dive. And it's going to be an error on Nelly, as Mondesi put the throw on the money, seemingly. That's a tough break for Martinez. Keeps the inning alive for Jerry Downs, the designated hitter. Third run of the ball game is now in scoring position for High Point. It's a tough break for Jorge. Was one strike away from getting out of the inning. Now his first pitch is a breaking ball across for a strike. Downs 1 for 2. Singled in the first and then popped out. Elmer will creep in at second base, now retreat the 0-1. This one's off the plate away. So now an error for each side. There was a throwing error to start the bottom of the first inning by a Klinsky for High Point, and then that one off the glove of Nelly, which could have gotten York out of the inning. Now the 1-1. On the ground, foul to the right side, into those same bullpen chairs. That's the second missed catch error in as many games for Nelly, which is uncharacteristic of him at first base. But Jorge, once again, one strike away from averting it. Klinsky on second base, 2 away. Jerry Downs, the hitter. The 1-2. And just inside. Martinez will try to reset things here. This will be pitch number 85 of a 7-inning ball game here in the top of the 5th. Rockers are ahead 2-0, but a third run is on second base. Now Downs will step out and reset himself. 234 on the young season for Downs, who's getting the DH duties today. A look back at second. Now the pitch. And Downs will stay alive as he shovels that one back. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second in a 2-0 ball game. In game 1 of 2. Deuces all around here at PeoplesBank Park on this pitch. And it ran inside and hit Downs. He'll toss the bat and make his way down to first. Another tough break for Jorge Martinez. Back-to-back hitters, 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. An E3 and now a hit by pitch. First and second, 2 away, and the cleanup hitter Quincy Lattimore. Lattimore an RBI single in the first, then flew out in the third. Martinez looks back, now delivers, and it catches the inside corner. It was a backdoor breaking ball that brushed off Lattimore, but a called strike. Jorge steps off, blows into the hand, and now ready to deliver once again. 0-1. Swung on and missed. Went with the slider again. And another 0-2 count from Jorge Martinez to a high point hitter here in the top of the 5th inning. Aklinski on second, Downs on first. The hitter, Quincy Lattimore against Jorge Martinez. A look back, now the 0-2 off the plate. Right where Mondesi was set up, but doesn't get the call. Perhaps trying to get Lattimore to chase there, but he wasn't biting. Nelly Rodriguez behind the runner at first. Outfield playing Lattimore straight away. Pitch number 90. From Jorge Martinez to Lattimore. Swung on and missed. Mondesi holds on, shows the home plate umpire. The second strikeout of the ball game for Jorge Martinez. 2 2-out base runners reach, both of them stranded. Revs still looking for their first hit against Justin Nicolino when we come back in a 2-0 ball game.
Hey, Fred, did you see that CDL drivers?
Really? My buddy works there. He's been driving for them for over 20 years. Must be a nice place to work.
Yeah, I saw online that they're hiring transport drivers and propane and heating oil delivery drivers.
Do you need to have a hazmat?
Nah, they'll help us get one. They also give 4 weeks vacation, benefits like healthcare, and we'll get to be home every night.
I'm going to check it out tonight.
Yeah, man. Go to shipleyenergy.com/drive and apply. It took me less than 5 minutes.
I'm pulling it up on my phone right now.
Colin Cowherd.
Folks, this is the price and the burden of power. It's the price and the burden of being the United States, is scrutiny. First of all, let me defend the United States women's national team. Soccer only allows 3 substitutions per game. You're trapped. Are we patronizing women like they can't handle this? The women from Thailand are tough. They can handle it. They got their ass kicked.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Penny Pretzel here from the York Philly Pretzel Factory. I am live at the Revolution game, and the batter got a hit. He just ran past the bases and into the stands, and I can't believe my eyes. He's making a line drive right to the York Philly Pretzel Factory concession stand. Looks like he's ordering a pretzel with cheese dip. Now where's he off to? He's headed straight to our store at 2058 South Queen Street, York. The umpire is now shouting, "It's good, it's great, it's the best pretzel ever." Looks like another home run.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Well, Jorge Martinez shuts down a 2-out rally in the top half. The Revs still looking for their first hit of the ball game. We're in the bottom of the 5th against Justin Nicolino. And Elmer Reyes is the first to the plate, and he takes the first pitch fastball across for a strike. Three total base runners for York, 1 on an error and 2 walks. All of them have been left stranded. Elmer Reyes hit a line drive to right field his first time up, but it was caught. Breaking ball, chopped foul. Behind 0-2. Nicolino ran into a little bit of trouble with a bit of an elongated 4th inning that included the walk to Nelly. But otherwise, it's been pretty much untouched by the Revs today and rather efficient. Elmer lines this one to center, coming on his field. He dives, and he made the catch. A full sprawling effort out in front of himself in center field. Johnny Field with the highlight reel catch to mow down Elmer Reyes here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's another tough break for the Revs. It seems like every high point hit has found a dead spot. That time Field eliminates one. Here's Edwin Figuera, first pitch across for a strike. Figueroa popped out to first base his first time up. Picked up his first hit in a Revs uniform on Thursday. His only hit since. The line drive to center field. This one a little bit easier for Field. He puts it away, drifting to his right, 2 away. 2 hard hit balls by York this inning, but right at Johnny Field on both of them. There was a joke when going around Twitter when Johnny Field first made it to the major leagues that he just sounds like an auto-generated name on MLB The Show. Maybe a guy you'd see in backyard baseball. First pitch to Paul Mondesi on the ground, shortstop. Ladendorf to his left, sidearm throw across in time. Mondesi first pitch swinging again, but is retired. We go to the top of the 6th inning and the triumphant return of Darrell Henry to the play-by-play duties. When we come back, Revs still trailing at 2-0.
Every day, Fast Signs helps businesses like yours with their visual communications. We ask the right questions, recommend smart solutions, and help you build your business. Our knowledgeable consultants uncover your communication challenges and provide visible solutions. At Fast Signs, we're innovators, planners, and designers. We're more than fast, more than signs, and we're more than ready to help. Contact Fast Signs today.
Locations in York and Lancaster. Visit fastsigns.com or call 717-840-6400.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Connect with events that have shaped and changed the game and our country. Our stories to tell, your memories to share. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org. See you in Cooperstown, where the journey becomes legend.
April showers means May flowers. As spring blooms and lawns are growing, so are we at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Our team at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care is growing, and we're seeking qualified candidates to grow with us. Join our world-class team-based environment and get your foot on the lawn of a new career with the leading provider of lawn care, tree care, and landscaping services in York, Adams, and Cumberland counties. Be part of our team. Find out more at heritagelawnandlandscape.com.
Downtown's ready. Are you? The Revs play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Head of the 6th inning. It's getting late here early in Game 1. Revs trail 2-0. Jorge Martinez, nice job today in 5 innings, but Nicolino's been unhittable to this point, at least as far as hits landing. He's had plenty of contact, but Isaac Sanchez takes over. Pitching change as we start the 6th. Again, for Jorge, that's a good outing, and you would think with this offense, usually 5 innings, 2 runs is going to give you more than a good chance. 5 innings, 2 runs on 6 hits. 5 of those were in the first 2 innings, just 1 the last 3. Did not walk any and struck out 2. 90 pitches, 60 strikes. And Wheel to lead off. Sanchez first pitch is outside. Jorge did have a little bit longer innings in the 4th and 5th. Bunch of foul balls. Maybe cost him a chance to go 1 more inning as Wheel takes a strike to even things up. By inning, 17, 12, 12, and then 25 and 24 the last 2 innings pitch count wise. Wheel a strikeout and a ground out. Pitch to him. Swings and grounds it toward third. Franco backhands by the line. He sets, he fires, and got him. 1 away here to start the 6th. And Franco's been outstanding defensively all day. Had that play in the 3rd in the foul territory, the pop-up going near the dugout. And it sounded like Wheel busted his bat on that swing, so perhaps a broken bat ground out from Sanchez to start his outing. He was with High Point for about a week last season when the Revs acquired him Here's Tyler Ladendorf, who's flied to left field twice. First pitch is up high.
Yeah, Ladendorf, one of the main reasons why Jorge's pitch count was so high in the 5th inning, had what I think was a 10 or 11 pitch at bat.
The next one upstairs, 2-0.
At least it felt like it.
Overall, though, really nice third start for Jorge. He's got the warm-up coat draped over his shoulder, walking upstairs. Here's the 2-0. Look out, up near Ladendorf's shoulder. Revs with Adrian Almeida up in the bullpen. Sanchez, it's appearance number 7. 8 innings, 8 runs, but much of that, and actually all of it, in just 2 outings. 4 of the 6 are scoreless. He fires, and that's outside. Now Ladendorf is on the walk. First walk that the Rockers have benefited from today. Here is Johnny Field, who doubled and scored in the second, then singled and stole a base in the 4th, but was left on. 2 for 2. The Rockers 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error. The Revs no runs, no hits, 1 error. Sanchez the pitch. Field shows bunt, and it misses high. Field, the thing that I always think of with him, he really good defensively in the outfield, but last year, I believe it was July 1st, right at the beginning of July, the Revs had a miserable series finale at High Point. Here's the 1-0, and it's a tad high. They were down 8-0, and in the last couple of innings, I think it was 9-0. Last couple of innings came back within 9-8, and they would have tied it with 2 outs in the 9th, but Johnny Field straight in, made a game-saving diving catch in center. The 2-0, and a fastball. There's a called strike. Now, a couple of days later, and that would have been their biggest comeback ever. A couple days later, they did come back from, it was down 11 to beat Lancaster. A couple weeks after that, from down 7 in the 9th to beat Lancaster. Pitch, that is high. And then in early October, they set a new record when they came back from down 12 to beat Gastonia, but they almost pulled it off in High Point, and would have if not for Field's diving catch.
That meddling kid.
Yes. I think it was against Tyler Hill, if I'm not mistaken. The 3-1, it's up and in. And he's on base here on the walk. He's been on all 3 times today. And a pair of 1-out walks. And now with lefties, the next 2 hitters, here comes Mace, and he'll call on Almeida. Which will probably be a little less pleasant for left-hand hitters Chris Proctor and Jay Gonzalez, the next 2 batters. So pitching change here in the 6th, trying to keep it a 2-0 game. The Rockers in front since the first inning today. 2 on with 1 out. Almeida is in. When we come back,
PeoplesBank is happy to sponsor the home of the York Revolution, PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank has been serving the community for more than 155 years, committed to helping their clients achieve their dreams and live confidently. That commitment continues at PeoplesBank Park, with Revs games, concerts, events, youth sports, and much more. We're proud to partner with the York Revolution, and we look forward to seeing you at PeoplesBank Park. PeoplesBank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Can't get enough of the Birds? Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from The Athletic Baltimore. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball and the Birds every Monday at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Get the latest on the Orioles with the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by Dan Connolly. Mondays at 6 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Well, it is Adrian Almeida who's in. A couple of walks from Sanchez that Almeida will try to leave out there. Chris Proctor, the left-hand hitting catcher, will face the lefty. It's 2-0 High Point here in the sixth, the 7-inning game. Cloud cover from earlier today has totally moved out. There is not one cloud overhead. Chilly, breezy, in the 50s, but sun shining brightly. And Almeida ready to go. Here's his first pitch today. And it's high. Fastball at 96. Proctor 1 for 2, an RBI single up the middle in the second inning. Jorge allowed runs in the first and second, nothing after. Runners big leads, and Almeida turns and stares the lead runner, Ladendorf, back at second. Reyes creeping in close. Almeida, his 7th outing, 6 2/3, 3 runs, 2 earned. That's a 2.70 ERA. Now a peek back. Fires home and a swing and a miss. Pumped a fastball by him at 95. Now, if you weren't up to date on our scheduling challenges, 2 7-inning games today, doubleheader, and then we're playing at 11 a.m. tomorrow. 7 innings. This is High Point's only visit. Almeida, a look back, delivers. Swing and a miss. Fastball at 95, up and in.
And they're a very good team. I would trade a few Lancaster games to actually play another team.
Oh,
here and there.
In a heartbeat. I'd trade a lot of them. I'd be off the deep end, though, if we had that Kentucky-Lexington schedule.
Yeah, I mean, at least they don't have to travel necessarily.
That's true. Now Almeida spins and stares Ladendorf back. Honestly, I find it more grueling to go to Lancaster than to go somewhere further away, because we're, doing the half hour over and back. It's like we get back, it feels like 1 in the morning every time.
Well, the way games are being played this year, maybe.
Might be early. Almeida fires, and a late swing and shot foul off to the left.
I mean, there will be a Lancaster game where we're probably getting home around 3 a.m.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
At least we won't have to get into a bus for that one, though. I'll bring snacks. We can make some s'mores or something.
I do like s'mores. That could help. Almeida again ready, delivers. Swing and a miss. He gassed him at 96. Up. 2 down here in the sixth. Actually, I was wrong. High Point's back here in mid-September, but that's so down the road for a first half game.
The last series of the season. And for those of you who don't get our late night reference, July 22nd, first pitch at 10 p.m.
Yeah. How is it High Point and Gastonia come here twice? We only go there once. And better to play them at home, but
you want to make more trips to right field at High Point?
Other than that, I like going there.
It is a nice area.
Here's Jay Gonzalez, first pitch, fastball. That is a called strike.
Lived in that area for about 8 months or so I can attest. Very nice facilities all across the state for the most part. Haven't seen Gastonia, but...
We had a nice little setup at High
And if we compare everything to the lovely People's Bank Park, we'll be very disappointed.
Yeah. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez just about spun out trying to turn and catch up to that one. He is lined out to third and hit one of those grounders in front of the plate that Mondesi pounced on. Left against left with first and second, 2 outs in the 6th. Almeida trying to keep York within 2. They don't have a hit yet. Here's the stretch from Almeida. And he kicks, fires, and it's right there. Strike 3 called. 96, and Gonzalez could not get the bat off his shoulder. No, Almeida comes in and dominates the 2 lefties that he was tasked with facing. No runs, no hits, and 2 runners left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 2-0 High Point.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
Baylor football is what I've been saying for years, what scares me about America. It's not the big cities. Big cities have a lot of eyeballs, a lot of cameras. Small towns. I grew up in one. They hide stuff. Rumors, hidden, no eyeballs, nobody saw it. Football is too big a deal in some towns in America.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Spring is in the air, and Harvey's Rental can get you prepared for what's ahead. With the biggest selection of steel products on the market, Harvey's Rental will get you set for your next home project. From lawn and garden equipment, pressure washers, post hole diggers, and more, Harvey's Rental has it all. Have a special get-together or graduation coming up? Harvey's Rental has what you need to make your party memorable. Celebrating 60 years. Visit them in person at 1409 South George Street in York or online at harveysrental.com.
New FM signal, new website. Visit us online at 989WOYK.com and take us on the go. Download the new WOYK app today.
Well, Justin Nicolino's working on something today. No hits through 5 innings. And the Revs trailing 2-0, the top of the order here in the 6th. It'll be Perez, Stokes, and Mesa here trying to, number 1, bust that up. And number 2, trying to start a comeback with 6 outs to go. Nicolino from the stretch. First pitch to Jeffrey is over for a strike. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error, trying to bunt for a hit. Back in the 3rd when it might have still been kosher. Probably not now. With 6 outs to go. Here's the 0-1. And a swing and a looper. Left field base hit. Jeffrey leads it off with a bloop toward the line. He'll take his turn and get back on at first. And the Revs are into the hit column. Jeffrey Perez leading off the bottom of the 6th.
Well, that's relieving.
In so many ways.
I was just about to say, I saw it right before this inning. The Bay Sox and Senators were playing a doubleheader today, and the Bay Sox threw a 7-inning no-hitter.
Get out.
So, the pitching in the minor league system is fantastic. Unfortunately, they refuse to give any of these guys a chance.
Yeah. Here's Troy Stokes Jr. as Nicolino misses inside. Maybe you could write into Dan Connolly and have him bring that up tomorrow.
I'm sure everyone who follows Orioles baseball is pretty adamant about that.
Move to first. Jeffrey will scamper back. Stokes has struck out and grounded out.
And Dan can articulate it in a much more professional way than I ever could. So
Revs have never been no-hit. They've been one hit 8 times. The last time was September 2019. Pitch to Stokes outside off the glove of Proctor. That'll go to the backstop, and Jeffrey moves up. Wild pitch is the preliminary indication. Yeah, September 6th, 2019 here at home, a 2-1 loss to Southern Maryland. And then on the flip side of that, Revs have never thrown a no-hitter, but they've thrown 4 one-hitters. 2 were in 7-inning games, 1 in a 9-inning game, and 1 in a 10-inning game last year when they beat Lexington 2-1 last June. 2-0 on Stokes. Here's the pitch. Swinging a fly ball left center. Field hustles over. It's falling. He dives and he makes another play on the dive. Dropped it as he pulled in to throw it back into the infield, but he clearly caught it. And Johnny Field with another diving catch in center field, this time coming over into left center to take one away. Every time.
yeah, Jeffrey there also was halfway the entire time, basically until Field went into his tumble there. I have to think maybe if he is tagging all the way, he could make it up through all the theatrics.
That's 2 diving plays the last 2 innings. Here's Malky. First pitch, swinging, he lines it center field. It's falling and it's down. Jeffrey around third, and the shutout's broken up. Melchizedek has the Revs on the board. Bloop single, center field, 2-1 the score here in the bottom of the 6th.
Can't get that one. You hit it in the right place when you can't get it.
Got it off the end of the bat, but plops it in. Malky drives in his 7th of the year. And Field tried to fake the catch coming in, but Jeffrey not fooled. He read it and was speeding around third, scoring easily. And now here's Nelly. By the way, Revs have righty Josh Martin up in the bullpen to make his debut. Nelly with one swing could change this game in a hurry. First pitch, he swings and misses. Trying to catch a hanger, something that Nicolino has not dealt all day.
Yeah, and he's not been afraid to throw that breaking ball early in counts either. It's really kept the Revs off balance, especially the middle of the order.
2 bloopish hits this inning, though, have gotten them on the board. The 0-1, it's a backdoor hook, doesn't get the call. Had a couple of bloops, now we could use a blast. Nelly's struck out and walked. Nicolino's walked 2. Three strikeouts. Malky the lead. Pitch to Nelly. Swing and a line drive, base hit left field. This is going to go back to the wall. Malky on his way to third. Throw coming in, holds Nelly to a single. But there's a hard hit ball, a rope from Nelly Rodriguez. And the Revs have first and third with 1 out.
And I think that's going to spark some action in the High Point pen, too. Nelly with the hardest hit ball we've seen today. Not able to get extra bases with the short fence. You know, we have Fenway singles. I guess you could call that a PeoplesBank single. Now a long conversation is going to get extended with coaching coming out to the mound.
Yeah, Frank Viola out, and initially it was the catcher Proctor accompanied by the plate ump, and I wonder if as much of this Frank wants to make sure Nicolino doesn't say something to the plate ump that might prompt a problem. And Viola now.
Well, we did catch him on the hot mic earlier, so.
You think it was him?
I mean, it has to be. I don't think you could pick up their dugout from that mic. Or maybe you can.
Yeah. Now Jamie Keefe coming out.
I don't know what they're discussing. That's the thing.
I think maybe a pitch he didn't get called a strike earlier in the inning.
Well, initially it looked like what Mesa told us originally, where a catcher goes out basically for a visit's length and another coach comes out, and maybe they got charged for 2 visits.
Oh, they might have.
That. I mean, I don't have an explanation. That's one possible theory. Wouldn't be surprised if somebody gets tossed here as Jamie Keefe is holding Viola back.
Somewhat animated was Keefe, as he often is. When he's going to make his point known, he makes it known. But both parties stay in. They might have been charged 2 visits. Now here's Franco with first and third and 1 out. It's a 2-1 game. 3 hits in the inning. Left on left, Nicolino to the plate, and a breaking ball, swing and a miss. Right-hander Ryan Dahl is up in the High Point bullpen. Franco's walked and popped up today. Been great with the glove at third base. Now the stretch from the lefty. The 0-1, and a swing and a foul tip back behind home. He literally scraped that one right off the end of the bat. As that thing had movement away from him, it's 0-2.
Daryl, do you want me to play with fire in between games? If I go down to get that lineup, I could ask what happened.
Well,
I think I might get thrown out of there.
I might not, but I don't like to micromanage, Jake. There's the 0-2. Yeah, and it misses outside. So you do you know?
Yeah, I think that would end rather painfully. How many of them would it take to throw me out, though? That's the question. Probably about 2. Maybe one takes each arm and just lugs me out of there.
When did you lift last?
Whew, man. Way to rub it in.
1-2. It is down and away. That was Nicolino's 70th pitch. Close take from Franco. That ball that Nelly hit, not down the line, but toward the line. And I do think that the nemesis here probably takes away more bases than it yields, but obviously you'll get some of those high, short home runs that does clear it. Nelly at first, Mesa at third. Here's the stretch. 2-2 to Franco, and a swing and a miss. Fastball in on his fists, and that's out number 2. JC Encarnacion will try to come through here. JC is struck out and flied out. That's down 2-1, bottom of the 6th. Slice the deficit in half. They've got the tying run 90 feet away. First pitch, swinging a ground ball back to Nicolino. Gloves it, runs to first, underhand flip, ends the inning. And the Revs break up the no-hitter, but are forced to settle for 1 run. Nicolino grabbed it, stared at Melky for a moment, coming down from third. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men left. They have sliced the deficit. We're going to the 7th. It's 2-1.
This is Revolution Manager Mark Mason. I love a great local neighborhood bar, and no matter what night of the week, Racehorse Tavern in Thomasville has something for you. Great food, fantastic bartenders, and ice-cold beer every night. Acoustic acts on Saturday and Sunday afternoons in our Four Seasons patio from 3 to 6. We've even got various fundraising events throughout the year and are a proud sponsor of 5 York City softball teams and the York Revolution, where you can come in as a stranger and leave feeling like family. The Racehorse Tavern, 738 North Beesicker Road in Thomasville. For more info, visit online at racehorsetavern.com.
At Flying Feet Sports Shoes, we are feeling like spring. The 2022 delivery of the new styles and colors of OOFOS sandals, thongs, and clogs has just arrived. You can be the first to choose from the latest OOFOS models. Your feet and back will love the feel, and your eyes will love the looks. Come to Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, where it feels like spring.
York North Rotary Summerfest has an elevated experience for you June 11th, noon to 4 at PeoplesBank Park in York. Enjoy craft beer samples, delicious snack vendors, wine and spirits samples and sales. Kitty Back will be rocking the stadium. Search York North Summerfest on Eventbrite for tickets and information. See you there.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Head of the 7th, it is 2-1. Revs certainly didn't have to get it all back right then, and they do get on the board and break up the no-hitter. Got a hit with a man in scoring position, but the last 2 outs made put them at 1 for 7 in that department today. High Point 2 for 8. Rockers lead 2-1 as we finally see the Revs debut of right-hander Josh Martin, who was acquired from the Kentucky Wild Health Genomes in exchange for Carlos Castro earlier this week.
To say that name with a straight face challenge.
I've failed every time, I think. Top of the order for High Point, Michael Russell to lead off. Martin's first pitch as a Rev is chopped foul on the ground, third base side.
Laughter is in your DNA.
Oh, man. They tried to tell us the winning was in their DNA.
Hey, we shouldn't say that.
I know. I don't care. They're 5-10. Here's the 0-1. Fastball. It is just outside. Martin 6'5", 230. 32-year-old, born in Enterprise, Alabama, lives in Jacksonville, Alabama now, he tells me. 10th round pick of the then Indians in 2012. He fires, and a slider. What was wrong with that? That started at Russell, but it bent right over the plate, and Martin didn't get it.
If you switch in-game tabs, you don't get TrackMan for the pitch, so couldn't tell you. I saw the box score up.
Well, there's don't switch your in-game tabs. Here's the pitch. It's a slider, and this one's a called strike. 2-2. Martin went to Samford University in Alabama. Cleveland drafted him from there, got to AAA 2016, 17, and 18. And then 19, Lehigh Valley with the Phillies. He sets, kicks, fires, swinging a dribbler foul behind the plate, slider down and in, and Russell had to protect. And after he began the 2019 season at AAA Lehigh Valley, he was in 30 games. But after the Phillies let him go, he came to the Atlantic League with Sugar Land. Now set, fires, swinging a foul tip, ricocheted off Mondesi's gear and over to the right. It's 3-0 with the Skeeters, 25 games, 3.77 ERA. Went there briefly in their pop-up Constellation Energy League the following year. Now ready, fires. It's down and away, 3-2. And with Team DNA earlier this year, he was in 4 outings, 3.52 ERA, 7 2/3 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned. A solid veteran pickup, something the bullpen needed. And he's set, the payoff, slider, and it slides away. A leadoff walk to Russell to begin the 7th. He is 3 for 3 in stolen base attempts. That'll bring up Ben Aklinski. Aklinski 1 for 3. Singleton scored early in the game. On the stretch, first pitch, fastball down and away. Would assume that High Point has its closer, Jason Bradford, loosening now. He's 3 for 3 in saves, has given up 3 runs, but has been perfect. The 1-0, line drive foul, down past Jamie Keefe coaching at third, that bangs off the angled wall. 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin in his minor league career, .355 ERA, 19 saves, just about all in relief. Now holds, runner goes, pitch is inside and it hit Aklinski, a slider that glanced off his leg. He pretty much turned into that. Looked like he leaned in. And that'll make it first and second with nobody out. Well, High Point threatening to give themselves a cushion as the 3-hole hitter Jerry Downs comes up. He's 1 for 2. He's also reached on a hit by pitch. Martin was last in a game April 30th. It's been over a week. And first pitch to Downs, it is just outside. Hasn't been in a game since last month. That was last Saturday, 8 days ago. It wasn't a great one. 3 innings, 4 runs, 3 earned at Southern Maryland. His first 3 with the Genomes were all scoreless. 1-0 and a ground ball toward first. Nelly backhands to second for 1. Reyes spins, fires back, and safe is the call at first. And that was wrong. Blown call. Here comes Mace, headed for Doug McFarling. Martin was there to receive. It should have been a 3-6-1 double play. And instead, it'll be first and third with 1 out. And we'll see if the frustration of a 3-9 start leads to an early exit for Mace. Nope, not today. He hasn't been ejected since 2019.
The entire Revs infield had their hands go up in unison. Josh Martin included. Credit him for getting over there and making what I thought was going to be the second out.
Yeah. Here's Quincy Lattimore, first and third, and he swings and he pops it up in the infield. Figueroa back at second, still on the dirt, now comes in by the bag. He's got it. Lattimore, the cleanup hitter, retired on 1 pitch, and that's out number 2. I go by the reaction, and the entire team reacted the same way. Well, Martin will try to make it a moot point. He'll face Xander Wheel, who's struck out and twice grounded to third. Martin has his sign. It's the first pitch. Oh, breaking ball. That hits Wheel in the arm and then ricocheted off and I think hit the plate ump. And that'll load the bases. The second hit by pitch this inning. And Martin a little wild in his debut. And here comes Mace. This might just be a... Yeah, I didn't have anybody throwing, just a mid-inning visit as the pitching coach. First time working with Martin in a game.
The interesting thing to note about Josh Martin is there's no four-seam or two-seam fastball in his pitch repertoire. He'll throw a sinker sparingly, but it's primarily curveball, slider, changeup. So a lot of different movement and relying on a lot of different angles and whatnot to retire hitters. That one was a curveball they just didn't get the finish on.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of high 80s today. That would be the sinker, I would guess. Here's Ladendorf, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Trying to keep this a one-run game in the 7th. First pitch, swing, and a foul tip. And that one tumbling downward. Ladendorf just nicked it behind home, strike one. Good pitch for Martin to get ahead. And trying to keep it a one-swing game for his offense in the bottom half. Revs will have Reyes, Figuera, Mondesi. And they do have Herrera and Kenley as lefties who could pinch hit. Here's the stretch, the 0-1. Swing and a miss, a high slider. And that one up, but a little bit tighter. And he jumps ahead. Now here's the stretch from Martin. 2-strike pitch, swing, and he pops it up foul back. That'll likely find the roof, and does. Rockers with a first inning run, a second inning run. Revs then cutting that deficit in half with a single run in the 6th. Martin trying to hold that little momentum they might have gotten. He's ready. 0-2 again. Breaking ball, tap foul softly down the third base side. Remains 2 strikes to Ladendorf. Last year was at AAA Iowa, got called up for a pinch hit at bat with the Cubs at the end of the year. Had signed with High Point before the season. Another 0-2. Swinging a line drive down the line and left. It is fair. Just inside the line and into the corner. 2 runs scored. They're going to go for 3. Relay to the plate. It's late. Ladendorf empties the bases. A 3-run double down the line in left. And High Point leads it 5-1 here in the 7th. Martin thought he had an inning-ending, not an inning-ending double play, but one that would have made the pop-up the end of the inning a couple of batters earlier. And the Rockers instead put up a 3 spot. Well, here is Johnny Field, 5-1 the score. And Martin with the pitch. It's lined toward third, and that's foul. Taken on a hop by one of their relievers. Johnny Field today has not made an out. Double, single, walk. Revs now need a 4-run 7th, or they'll be looking at a 3-10 start. Pitch, swinging a foul back upstairs. It's 0-2.
Yeah, that's the main issue you can really see with a guy like Josh Martin with a lot of off-speed stuff. If you leave it up, you leave yourself vulnerable to being hit around, and that one he left up to Ladendorf and just ripped it down the line.
0-2 pitch, it misses high and away. It was a deflating hit. Here's the stretch. Now Martin kicks, fires home, and a swing and a bouncer toward third. That's foul. Franco making a lunge after it. It's actually ended up being a decent turnout today, despite the chilly temps. The sun is out, especially on that first base side. Folks in the sun. Game 2 of the doubleheader coming up. High Point, meanwhile, they are looking to improve their start to 11-3. Martin home, swing and a miss, got him away, and that ends the inning. But a double play he thought he had that he didn't get. Rockers an extra out. They score 3 in the inning on one big hit. And one runner left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Revs in Game 1, trailing 5-1.
Named one of the best advisors in the state and the country, Kevin Smith and the team of Smith Wealth Advisory Group can help you develop a customized retirement income plan. As specialists in retirement planning, they will guide you on Social Security, pension choices, 401k and retirement plan rollovers, required minimum distributions, taxation, and optimal distribution strategies. For all your retirement planning needs, contact one of the nation's best, Smith Wealth Advisory Group, located right here in York. Jenny Montgomery Scott, LLC, member NYSC, FINRA, and SIPC.
Drunk driving prevention is a priority at Anheuser-Busch. You can't drive drunk if you don't drive there. Encourage friends to sign the Decide to Ride petition on DecideToRide.com. Brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, Mothers Against Drunk Driving, Uber, Brewery Products, and WOYK. Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
Can't get enough of the Birds? Sports Radio 98.9 and 1350 WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from The Athletic Baltimore. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball and the Birds every Monday at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Take us on the go with the new WOYK app. Download on the Apple and Google Play stores today. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Right-hander Ryan Dahl, the new pitcher for High Point. Don't know if they were getting Bradford, their closer, ready at any point last inning. If they were, they can save him, as they now have a 4-run lead. And Dahl, another guy with big league experience, comes in for Nicolino, who flirted with a no-hitter today. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. Walked 2, struck out 4. Just 72 pitches in his 6 innings, all but 20 were thrown for strikes. And now Dahl is in. He's just 5'9". 32-year-old fires to Elmer Reyes. It is a called strike. Dahl's been in the majors with Oakland, the Yankees, and the Blue Jays. 171 games. He fires and a slider bounces up there to even it.
Why do you say only 5'9" as if you don't respect your short kings, man? Brutal.
You're not short. What are you worried about?
I'm only like 2 inches taller than him.
There's a swing and a foul tip into the mitt, 1-2.
He also throws a lot harder than I do.
Well, 5'11" is...
It depends on who you ask.
Now the 1-2 to Reyes. Swinging a tapper foul the other way. Down to Sandy coaching at first. Ray has 2 line drive outs today, including one of those diving plays by Field in center. Dahl fires, swinging a ground ball down to third base. Aklinski up with it, pumps, fires off the bag, but Wheel receives and applies the tag. Now, if there's been one down point of high point of their game today, it's been some throws by Aklinski at third, but that one was able to be handled. One down, here is Edwin Figuera, who's fouled out to first and flied out to center. First pitch from Dahl, a check swing foul back against the netting. Dahl in 7 games, 7 innings, 3 runs on only 4 hits. 3.86 ERA. The overall number is even better than that, though. 1 walk, 10 Ks. Pitch is a called strike, outside corner. Again, their staff ERA is 2.50. Tops in the league. They do have a pretty good pitcher's park at home, but still, as Dahl misses down in the dirt.
And we saw today with Nicolino, it's not just the park.
No.
It's, hey, he gave York pitches to hit. They swung at him and, for the most part, just hit him right at guys.
Although you can hit some home runs there, and maybe it feels like a good pitcher's park because they always have a good staff. He fires, it's inside, 2-2. I don't know. I mean, I can only see like right field there anyway. I don't know what's going on. I can't even see half
the time. He's just making it up.
The 2-2, swing and a miss. Slider got him. And the Revs in game 1 are down to their final out. We'll send it back to Fox Sports Radio for a bit in between games. Paul Mondesi will try to keep this game alive. He is lined to left and grounded to short.
First pitch swings, first 2 at bats. We'll see what he does here.
And he swings and he fouls it against the net. Dahl was with High Point last year. Last 14 outings, just 1 earned run. And earlier last year was at AAA Tacoma, so pretty legit. He fires, slider, bends through for a strike. It's 0-2.
Maybe they'll claim him mid-game.
Yeah. Sure they can activate somebody. He fires and a check on a slider, appeal to first. He's rung up. And it's a 1-2-3 7th inning for Dahl, who finishes it off. A stare and a yell from Mace from the dugout as Mondesi is rung up on the check swing. 2 strikeouts for Dahl to end it, and High Point wins game 1 by a final score of 5-1. For the Rockers, it is a 5th consecutive win. Now 11-3, and the Revs fall to 3-10, matching their worst start. But again, a game 2 win. They'll be off that track. They've started worse than that, but that is their worst 13-game start to any half, matching it. Jorge Martinez pitched well, but Nicolino pitched better, flirting with a no-hitter into the 6th. And High Point, a combined 3-hit performance, wins game 1 by a 5-1 final. We'll take a break. Post-game show is coming up next.
At WellSpan Health, we're here for you, like the relationships that count: family, good friends, and neighbors. WellSpan primary care physicians and providers believe in the strength of those relationships. And just like family, we listen. That's how we discover the best way to help you in your wellness journey. When you choose WellSpan for primary care, you gain a network of over 2,600 of the best experts in the region for complex care, like specialists for cancer, heart disease, and orthopedics. We make it easy to connect with simple online visits and our MyWellSpan app. And with convenient locations close to your neighborhood, you don't have to travel very far. Choose WellSpan for primary care because we're your friends and neighbors. After all, we know you, we care, and it shows. Start your relationship today. Visit wellspan.org/primary care.
What's the deal with the Dan Patrick Show?
Dan Patrick.
Shouldn't Kawhi be the new Dos Equis guy? Like, wouldn't he be a great man of mystery? Instead of that guy that's supposed to look like Michael Phelps, who took over for the old guy. Yeah, I thought it was one of that was like, hey, how about we get a guy who looks like Michael Phelps as the most interesting man in the world? Kawhi would be great because he's so deadpan.
Dan Patrick, mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. You're on York's home for Sixers basketball. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Kids running the bases between games today, with this being a twin bill on this Sunday afternoon, Mother's Day, here at PeoplesBank Park. But High Point spoils the fun on the field in Game 1. They win the opener by a final score of 5-1. Daryl Henry, Jake Ness back with you as we welcome you to the post-game show, brought to you in part by Brewery Products and their Decide to Ride campaign. You can sign the pledge form online at decidetoride.com. And not much doing for the offense in Game 1. Jake, the big story was Nicolino, who took a no-hitter into the 6th, and Jorge Martinez today I thought was just fine. You would take that every night. That would give this offense a pretty darn good record if the starting pitcher does that most nights. But today Nicolino was better. He was on top of his game, and that was the difference.
Yeah, really was aggressive in the strike zone too. Gave York pitches a hit. They swung at him, put him in play, just right at guys. Only 4 strikeouts, and it's funny because we talked about this in between the break. We talked about it all preseason and even throughout the start of the season, how potent this offense can be. It just seems like they're always at its worst when the pitching has been its best.
That's true, and that's not been a good formula. And we recap things. The Rockers scored a first-inning run, 3 consecutive singles. Ben Aklinski with a sharp one up the middle, but then the next 2 were bloops. That was pretty frustrating. Quincy Lattimore, a bloop RBI hit, brought home the first run of the game. Revs on the flip side, in the bottom of the first, had a runner at second with no outs after an error. And Nicolino established himself for the game by setting down the next 3 and allowing nothing in that first inning opportunity. High Point added a run in the second as Johnny Field doubled down the line and left, and then Chris Proctor, an RBI single up the middle off the sliding backhand try of Edwin Figueroa and his glove. That made it 2-0. And as it turned out, that's all they needed, as Jorge settled in very well. Got a big double play on a great play from Franco at third, a line drive that he knocked in the air and then caught. And that started a string of 7 straight retired by Martinez, and in fact 10 of the next 11, as he went 5, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits, walked none, struck out 2. But Nicolino, during that time, those 5 innings, he allowed no hits and no runs, and just a couple of walks through those 5 innings. Top of the 6th, Isaac Sanchez was brought in, got the first out, but then walked 2, but did not hurt them, as Adrian Almeida came in facing 2 lefties and dominated both to the tune of overpowering strikeouts. And in the bottom of the 6th, it looked like the Revs might salvage the day. Jeffrey Perez broke up the no-hitter with a leadoff bloop single to left. And then Troy Stokes Jr. at the plate. Jeffrey had moved to second on a wild pitch, and Stokes blooped one to center, looked like trouble, but Johnny Field came in, made a diving catch. Malky Mesa followed with an RBI bloop hit into shallow center to get York on the board. That was our Shipley Energy power play of the game, the Revs' only run, and that made it a 2-1 score. And Nelly Rodriguez followed by lacing one into left field over toward the line a little bit, going to the wall, base hit, made it first and third with one out, but Nicolino in his really only jam of the day. I guess other than that runner at second, no out first inning situation, got a strike out of Franco and a comebacker from Encarnacion to end the threat. And then in the seventh, High Point put it on ice. Josh Martin in his debut thought he had a 3-6-1 double play. It didn't get the call at first. And with the innings still alive and 2 outs, Tyler Ladendorf, a bases loaded 3-run double to left, put it away as High Point wins it 5-1. Totals in game 1 for the Rockers: 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and they left 8. The Revs: 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, and they left 5. Justin Nicolino the win. He's 3-0. ERA now 1.90 through 4 starts. Jorge Martinez the loss. He's 0-2. Time of the game, 2 hours, 24 minutes. And they'll announce the attendance at the end of game 2. Our Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group player of the game, Nicolino, taking a no-hit bid into the 6th. And he was dominant. Jorge was really good, but Nicolino made that a loss for Jorge, who certainly pitched well enough to earn a win. And before we break, take a quick look at scores from elsewhere. And in the Atlantic League, Long Island beat Lancaster 9-5, game 1 of a doubleheader. They're getting set to start game 2. Gastonia, a 4-1 lead at Staten Island in the 9th inning in game 1 of a doubleheader. I guess they scheduled it for 9 innings, which is weird. But anyway, they're in the 9th, and Gastonia has just scored 3 to go up 4-1.
It might be extra innings then.
It could be. I don't know. And Southern Maryland is up 9-7 in the 8th inning against the Genomes in Kentucky. The actual Lexington Legends will play in Charleston coming up in about half an hour, and we've got game 2 of our doubleheader coming up here shortly as well. So the Revs will look to bounce back. Some of the players have their young ones out for Kids Run the Bases on this Mother's Day. Nelly and his wife, Nick Travieso and his wife. They've got their little ones. Nelly's, who's soon to be a year, a couple of months away from being a year old, and Nick Travieso, their daughter was just born, I want to say maybe 3 months ago at this point. I think during spring training he said 10 weeks old. So some adorable photos being taken down on the field right now as well. But we've got game 2 coming up. Duke Von Schaman is out with the hip band as he begins his warm-ups in right field. And he'll face Austin Glorious in game 2 of the doubleheader. We will break on radio, back to Fox Sports Radio for a bit, and then back with you in about half an hour or so. Also later today, if time permits, the Hershey Bears playing game 2 against Wilkes-Barre Scranton. It's a do-or-die game for the Bears today in that Atlantic Division first-round series. Don't know if we'll be able, but if we can, we'll join in progress. And then later tonight, we've got the Sixers and the Heat in game 4 on WOYK. We are certainly planning on being able to bring you that. But for now, for Jake Ness in the booth with me, Daryl Henry saying so long for game 1. Again, the final score, High Point 5, York 1. And we'll be back in about 30 minutes or so to get you set for game 2 of today's doubleheader, the Revs and the Rockers, in just a bit here on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.